Hi, I'm Jim Golden, State Safety Oversight Officer for UDOT, and this is Talking Orange. Many people may not realize that UDOT plays a significant role in transit safety. Back when UTA first built tracks, the governor assigned UDOT to be the State Safety Oversight Agency for tracks. It was important that an independent group oversee UTA for what they were doing. UDOT got that assignment. And now we work in partnership with UTA to make sure that their system is as safe as it can be. This is also important because their system interacts a lot with our system.
We have oversight responsibility of statewide crossings. We have about 730 public crossings. So we only responsible for public crossings. UDOT received federal funding for improving grade crossing safety. We have about $1.8 million every year to improve those crossings. Also, there's a new development or this local road or authorities have requests or concerns about the railroad crossing in their jurisdiction. They can make a request to UDOT and have a field review by the team. So after that, then we can recommend the safety improvement to the roadway authorities.
These rail crossings are inspected regularly. They're to make sure everything's functioning properly and that the timing and everything is working as it should. A lot of times we'll get a call at the TOC or some other place. People are wondering if this is working the way that it should. The best thing that the public can do if they pull up and they see that there's a problem at a crossing is to watch for and look for the blue signs that are located at every rail crossing. On that blue sign, there's a phone number and a rail location. If they notice a problem or if they see that there's a dangerous situation, they should call that number and give that location. And that will allow the rail company to respond as quickly as possible and make it as safe as possible to slow the trains down and to keep everyone safe.
So we have a proposal to improve the humped crossings in the statewide, because there was, in March this year, there was a charter bus accident, hit by train, and basically the bus gets stuck on the humped crossings. So we have a plan to identify those hump crossings and prioritize them, and we improve it.
In my time in this position so far, a few things have become very apparent to me when it comes to rail safety. One significant thing is that whenever there's a train involved in an accident, the train always wins. And there's just no way around it. The train is much bigger, it takes longer to stop. It can't steer and avoid an accident. The train always wins. Many times I'll see people speed up to try to beat the gates going down, or once the gates go up, they try to hurry through the crossing. Why risk that? So for example, as you approach a crossing and the lights start flashing, the safest thing to do would just be to slow down, stop, and be patient. There may also be gates that come down that you need to wait for. There may be a traffic signal behind that. Many times we get a phone call, people concerned that the traffic signal isn't functioning properly because there's a green phase even though the gates are down. That's actually done by design so that anybody that gets stuck on the tracks could safely exit the tracks onto the other side. This is all done in anticipation of the train coming, so there's a little bit of time there for people to clear the tracks before the train actually gets through. Once the train has crossed through, a lot of times the gates are still down, the lights are still flashing. And that's also by design. The safest thing to do is wait and be patient. Wait for the gates to come up and wait for the lights to stop flashing before you enter the intersection. It's actually Utah law that you cannot enter a railroad crossing when the lights are flashing.
Railroad is a part of our transportation system, and we emphasize Safety is always number one in our transportation system. So railroad is part of it, and UDOT has responsibility. So we have to do every effort to improve safety for Utah public.
As Carlos would say, thanks for all you do. Be safe out there, buckle up, put your phones down, and remember, you keep Utah moving. And I'm sure he would also endorse National Rail Safety Week. If you see tracks, think train and be aware. I had it at one point. I had a good thought in my mind and then I lost it. Kind of feel like Ty Detmer when he went down to LSU. You know, I had a good thought in my mind and when I got there, I just kind of lost it. You know, it was gone. And then nothing happened. We didn't cross the 50-yard line.